Hello there, and welcome to this technical how-to demo, how to make data-driven documents for AI and automation in Microsoft 365. Data is a critical element of the documents for multiple reasons, especially nowadays with the AI needing data to function properly and also for the automation purposes. It also helps you to search the files and it helps you to create the documents faster. It also adds to the compliance and document lifecycle control, and when you can integrate the Word files, PowerPoint files to your master data sources, you add consistency to your documents. In this demo, I will be jumping between few screens, so I'll just briefly explain what I have in here. Kameleon Portal is the place where we do the data integrations and meta fields. Then in the Office applications in this demo we use mainly PowerPoint, but the same stuff applies to the Word. When we embed data on the document surface and document properties, and in doing that I will be using the end user view when I click this show chameleon, that what the end user sees and how they create the document. When I want to edit and add new functionality to the documents, then I use the Chameleon content tool, which is an admin tool to edit the docs and also to publish the docs. And then when I demonstrate the workflow, we have also a SharePoint in here. And this is a standard SharePoint that we've just added columns for the data to populate it. So as we go about this, we say that every document that the organization creates represents a promise that we are responsible. So let's take good care of our documents and let's get to the technical demo. I shall first show you a workflow, what is the end result with a different set of data, but what I will teach you how to do. So when you have a Chameleon and you click this show Chameleon, what is the end user view to the Chameleon, you see all the files that are available to your organization. And as this data demo, we use this Chameleon onboarding file. You click it and then you are presented this screen that asks for data to embed onto the document. And you're gonna have like pre-populate some of the files in here, fields in here that the end user has to do minimal amount of editing in here, and I just use this timestamp to demonstrate that we actually do this in here to add a little bit more information. So we have document title, we have document subject, which is critical to give context to it, and then as this also demonstrates how to pull information from external sources, we have these lists that we use in here. So if I select the value, it will bring the other values related to it. We can also have like two-layer structure that first you select the top and then it filters what is under this customer success field available, and you select and then you get the final value in here. And now I have all the metadata entered in here, and I click create and we get the document. For some reason it opens to my other screen, so I need to pull it down in here. But we see that this file has been embedded with the data that we just selected, and if there's need to change it, we can go back in here, the task pane, and select other values, and when we hit in here save, the document surface will update. So I shall show you how to do this, but let's continue a little bit of the document creation and lifecycle process. So now we have the file ready. It came with content, and we just embedded the metadata to customize it to this particular use case. Then if I want to save it to SharePoint for later access, I click this publish button, and the file is already automatically named. We use these Kameleon fields and metadata to create the name, so the user doesn't need to worry that how to name it. It's automatic. And we also want to have a PDF of it, and there's also a location predetermined that the user doesn't need to worry about that where it goes. It just clicks it. Okay, we seem to have a similar name file, so I just a little bit rename it, and then I just publish the file, and it takes a while. It writes it to the SharePoint, and now if we want to go to the SharePoint to see what we have up in here, so first we have the PDF, and these metadata that we just gave the file are populated here in the SharePoint columns. And now that you have the PDF in here, you can now apply to the different automations that are available in Microsoft SharePoint. So if you just quickly open it, we can see that the title is in here, and here's the metadata. So this is the end result what we will achieve in here, and I showed it to you in PowerPoint, but the same applies to Word. So in Word we have also these places to add data on the document surface that we can pull from external sources or manually enter. So let's get to the process that how to accomplish something like this, and I will, like said, I will use this PowerPoint as our platform today, but you can also do it in Word as said. So let's go to Kameleon portal and see how it's done. So pretty much now we will work in this in content folder, and we have the documents under there, and in data where we have the metadata groups and data sources. And we shall start with the data source. We want to use data from external source, and what we have available in here is that you can use CSV file, or you can use SharePoint list, or you can use a dynamic CRM. I shall use a flat file in here, but if you need to have relations, you can have relations between the tables that you embed into the documents. But for the simplicity for the demo, we shall do the CSV version. And I did prior this demo a file that has random data, and I shall just drag and drop it from my other screen in here. So I just hover within this area and I let go, and it picks up the name of the file that I just pulled in here. And now I can read the column headings of it and select what I want to include in my demo, what fields I want to read from the file. Okay, maybe we'll leave the end date out, and then I just click create, and as these are in alphabetical order, it's here at the bottom. Now we have a data source. SharePoint list is similar. You just navigate to the list and select the columns, and then you have a SharePoint list in here. The next thing what you need to do is to create the metadata group that you can attach it to a document. And metadata pretty much in here is if you go to a document, we have these groups that what is the document type and what is the title and these data placeholders. And the way to do it is that you want to have something that is common across maybe all the documents that you use on the top in here, and then the bottom is a document specific. That way you don't need to have that many groups. You can reuse the same meta groups across your documents. So let's do now meta group, and there are two ways of doing it. If you use the data source what we use, then you select data driven, and let's do that first. So we do a data driven meta group, and we select our project data. You can edit these names, but we just leave them as they are. You will need to remember this one when you embed it to the document, so you can use descriptive names. And how you actually use the data in the document is that you have a main field and subfield. Main field is the first filter of what you apply, and then the subfields are underneath it that belong to this main field. So let's see here in our PowerPoint. In this instance, this is main field, so I select the value in here and I get the two associated values for that particular thing. You can have two main fields also where you first filter with one key, and then you are presented a second key, and then you get values related to that. But in our example now, we'll just do one main field and two subfields. And it's easy as this. So we will do project ID as a main field. So when the user goes to the PowerPoint or Word and selects this one, they select the ID, and based on the ID, they will get other information that we will embed. So what is also important to note it at this point is that you can have this value, the project ID value, follow the document, and you can assign in here the field in document properties that where you want to write this value. So for instance, let's take a look at the Word file in here. So I'll do File, Properties, and here Summary tab is that we have the title, we have the subject, and then we have all these other categories. So what I will do now is that I will attach this project ID to our keyword field. So whenever it's used, it automatically puts it in here. So let's go about and do it. So I just do it keywords, and I can have multiple fields in here, and they will be comma separated then. So no worries there. The other fields pretty much take only one values. You can't have multiple, but keyword is that you can have multiple values there. Alrighty, let's do that. So now we have project ID. Now we do the same for the subfields, and let's take up. Let's do first the project name, and we also want to have it in the keywords. That's it, and then we add the owner, and also add it to keywords. And that's it. Now we have this meta group that we can attach it to a document that has main field of project ID, and then it has project name and owner as subfields. Yes. Let's now do another one, meta group, and this one we do a more static. So we select meta group, and then we give it a name, and in this instance I'll name it as context. And the idea with this one is that we have this file property in here called category. So we will write the value to this field. So we add new and we select the normal, and then we give it the name context. And you can assign default values to it so the user doesn't have to write it. And in this one, as we are creating document to our global projects folder, we shall write a default value here like this. So it automatically attaches this value to each category on a document that what you create. And we also want to make this hidden, so the user doesn't see it, so they don't need to worry about it, and it doesn't take any space on the screen. But on the background, when you create the document with this metadata attached to it, it will be written into the document property and follows it. So it goes to the category. Okay, now we've done with that one. So we have context in here, what we created. I'll show also a third type of a meta group that what you can do. Sometimes there may be a need for you to combine text and metadata from various fields. So we have, let me do combo demo, show you how it functions. So you select in here combined, and let me show you. You do help Kameleon and you type in here combine meta field, and you get like full instructions that how you can apply these, but we shall do it very, very simple demo in here. So we name it, that we need to remember when we attach it to the document, combined, and this is not visible on the document, but when the user creates, but you can attach it on a document surface. So you can have free text, and then you need to have this mustache parentheses in order to pull value from meta field, and you need to know the meta field name now. So I shall do it like this, the one that we just created. So I put it into the parentheses, and I want to write this information into the comment section on the document properties. So let's take a look at it again. So it's a combined field type. We give it a name, and then we can type free text in here, and then also use some meta field in there. So we use this context value. So like here, we need to know this one. This is what we embed in here. And now when we use this, so we will get this value written into the document comment section. Alrighty, a little busy here. I hope you follow. You can always stop the video and rewind and see how we did it so far to get an idea. Let me now move on to the document, that how we embed all this to the document structure, and then I'll show you how you can embed it onto the document surface. So let's go to the document section, and as we saw in here in PowerPoint, we have these folders in here, and these are what you see on a portal. The same, what you write in there you see in here, and the number shows that how many documents you have in each category, and if the category is empty you won't see this one. And for the purposes of doing this and testing this, we have this cool feature under this icon in here that you go to the settings and you do this use draft data. So what it now will do is it will show you a preview of what you have in a portal without having to publish it first, and you see immediately all the changes that you do. And when you enter that mode, you get this yellow bar in here. It says that you see draft data, so it's only for the admins working on it. So we are working now on this global projects category. So global projects, I open it, and before we do some magic to this onboarding demo, let me tell one cool feature about this categories. We have these category defaults in here. So even though we do now this demo from scratch and each element separately, you don't need to do it when you have more files. How you would go about it is that you define the category defaults, and then whenever you drop a new document in this category, it inherits what you had defined here in category defaults. And then each document you can still edit them depending on the demands you have for them. Even you have the defaults in here, but the defaults help you to get to a certain point before you start fine-tuning some of the documents. So you just click this category open, and now that we are talking about the metadata, I just show the metadata in here. So in our category we use these two metadata groups, what's been defined in here. So but now we work on an individual document, and like I showed you, we only have one document there, but cool way to create more is to take a copy of an existing one. You don't need to create it from scratch. So I took a copy of this one, and now we will attach those metadata that we just created to this new document. So I click edit in here, and let's give it the name data demo. And okay, I'll save it, and I go to the PowerPoint to demonstrate you how it works. So now I refresh this Chameleon, and now we see that under global projects we have two files. So this data demo appeared there immediately when I created it. But let's work on it now. So let's do edit, and as we are talking about data in here, I leave the other stuff out from this demo. And we see that this file has been customized for the metadata already, because there are more groups than what we had on the default. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to delete all these. And then if you happen to have change of hearts that you still want to go back to the defaults, you just click in here, and it brings you the folder defaults back. But we will do a demo based on the meta fields that we just created, and it's very simple. So we created 3 different types of meta fields, and now we will just attach them in here. And let's see if I can find them. So first we had the random project data that has the project data. Then we had this context that was hidden, but it has the value that we want to write in the document properties. And then we had this combo demo that uses value from this context metadata, and also has a free text that we will write to the document comments section. And I will also show you how you can embed this on a document surface. So now we have those 3 meta fields attached in here. Then in addition, I will use one existing field what we have, which is this author. So that has all the information about the person who creates the file, the name, the organization, and so forth, and it's not visible to the user. So now we have set up like this, and I now see that oh yeah, we still need to add one more, that we get the document title. So where do I have here? I have this group called global demo standards. So we have the document title, the document subject, and all that, which is universal across all the documents. So I add that as well in here. And now we have these different metadata in here, and they appear here in the order that you click them. But for the user, you may want to alter the order. So let's do this, the common fields on top, and then the project data, and this context was hidden, and this is hidden, and these are hidden, so it doesn't matter, but we organized it like this. Then, while we are here, I'll show you how to set up the workflow. I don't demo the workflow, but you can define it in here. So based on the meta fields that you just selected in here and the values you have for them, you now can here on a workflow tab make a rule how the file will be named. So for example, you want the name to begin with the project ID, then you want to have the project name, then you want to maybe have the document title, and then maybe have the document date, and so forth. You can name it the way you want, and then you can also have free text in here, text here. I'll show you in a document how it appears, and then when you have the naming done, you can also select the location where the file is saved. As I demonstrated a while back, that it goes to the SharePoint with the metadata in it. In here you just navigate it and you see what you have access to. If you have rights to access, you see it. If you don't have access, you don't see. Okay, and I returned it to the default, and now I save it. And let's go to see how it looks like in our PowerPoint. So now that we're on a preview mode, we have this yellow bar in here. All I need to do is I click this chameleon icon in here, that what gives me the end user view. It reads it, and we go to the data demo file, and we see in here that these 4 are the general info that what I just added on top of it, and I'll give the file a name, and then it automatically has this subject field filled, and let's do this timestamp like this. And in here we created the meta field with the project name and so forth, so it appears in here. So now the document is done. I click create. It opens in another screen, but I pull it down in here, and now we see that we have text in here. This is from an old demo, but I'll show you how to embed that. We can go to see the file properties, and now you see that the document title is in here. Well, let me open, maybe I do it like this. I have this tab open, and then I open this one. Okay, so document title, data tests, then we have subject, global projects, so it pulls it from here, and then we did this keyword thing, so the project number, what we see here is embedded in here. And also this was the hidden to the user in the category, and this we did this free text plus a value from this field. So you can pretty much populate this, and this info will follow the document. Alrighty. But now we don't have any of the information on a document surface, and we want to add some of the info on the document surface. I shall next show you how to do it, and now I will switch to Kameleon content tool, which is an admin tool. And we are working on the file, this data demo. So when I open this and I click this folder and I want to work on it, it automatically knows that what I have open in here, and it recommends me the file, but I can also browse the file in here. So now I open it and I have it in here. So this is now without the layout template. That's why we lost the title slide in here, but it will be added when we publish it. And let's say that, okay, this, like I said, this was from the old demo. I delete it and then I add a new blank page, and this is, we call it project info. Like this. And I want to have in here value from those meta fields that we just created, and in here they're all available. So let's first do the project data, and I open this group, and by clicking they will appear one at a time in this upper corners. And what then needs to happen is that you edit them the way you would edit any PowerPoint. So now we have them in here like this, and I make the group bigger, and then I want to have them green as our corporate color is, and I made them bold, and I can also edit it like it was any PowerPoint element in here. So then let's, out of curiosity, just do also this combo field in here. So this, some of our customers want to use this field to have like a footer on a presentations, that they need only to add one field to have like multiple information. So I shall leave it like this, and for the demo's sake, give it a little bit different color and so forth. So now I've added meta fields from those groups that we created on the document surface. And when I'm done, all I need to do is I click update in here. And if this was something that was existing, I could publish it also to the organization from here. But for the purpose of this one, I'll just update it. So now the file is successfully updated to the portal. And then, of course, the question now is to test it. So let me kill this one here, close, not save. And this was the file what we created. Let me change this to the end user view. So we deleted this file and we replaced it with the project info. So, okay, let's refresh. Now it reads it from the portal. And then I go to the global projects. I take this data demo and demo data test. And then we shall use 1008 project. So these are the values: embedded efficient system, and Chris Wagner as the owner of it. And now we have in here the information. Of course, would be good to have the heading in front of them, especially for the AI to understand the context that what these are. But for the sake of the demo, we pulled this information from the meta group, and also in here the combination field that has part of text and part of metadata appeared here as we wanted. And then now if I wanted to change the project to something else, so I would just change it and it updates in here. So this is very straightforward, and like said, here in Word the same tools and methods apply. So we have the content tool in here, and you can edit documents, and when you have the document open you can embed metadata to it. And then when you are happy with what you have, you go to the portal, and here under publish you select the ones that what you have been working on. Like we now work with meta groups and the document, and then you hit publish, and when you do that, then it will be available to those who belong to the group that have access to these files. So it's actually very easy and very fast. If I click publish in here, everyone gets the latest immediately. So in case we can help you with data-driven documents, we are more than happy to assist, but we have designed the system such way that this is very easy and very fast to learn. I hope you learned something new in here. You can go to video slowly, section by section, and then try it yourself. Before long you can master it. Or if you prefer, you can have your agency to do it to yourself as well, but our preference is that our customers can utilize this themselves, and therefore be more agile and fast, because you don't need to have a project to update your files, but you can do it yourselves on the fly as need arises. Alrighty, it was about a half an hour, and appreciate if you made it this far, and happy document automation creation, and have a good day.